Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today on the Hermitcraft server, I'm going to do something about this mess, because honestly, a lot of folks are going to want to be able to have access to wool, and this is going to have to not be terrible for them to do so. I've already come in here off camera and begun doing some painstaking work, kind of spreading this out, adding extra dirt and whatnot throughout here. Man, okay, I don't even have enough dirt to do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're just going to grab some of this excess dirt here and finish that plane making work. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. And we are going to set this up right here as one of our corners. And what I'm thinking about doing for this project is going ahead and setting up a series of like pillar lamp things here every 8 blocks or so, maybe 10. Let's see what 10 looks like. 1, 2, so if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's a very rough estimate and probably not even right because you know what I should do? I'm gonna hit F3 real quick. So this is 93. And then I'll be at 83. Okay, great. So that was 10. And I don't know why I took that lamp out of my inventory, because that was an idiotic move. And we have now replaced that, flicked it on and off a few times just to make sure that it works. Failed to jump onto that block, as is our way. So I guess I just need to come to 73 now. Okay, why did I never think of doing this with math before? Like, wow, I'm the worst at counting in games. I should just have been doing this the whole time. So I come over here until I get to 63. Oh, beautiful. And so I can just go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these blocks kind of to illuminate and be the basic pillars of support for the overall superstructure here. Because not only am I going to bring out the walls some, but I'm actually thinking that I'm going to go ahead and even have a roof atop this thing, which should be pretty excellent in all ways and shapes, possibly additionally forms. Okay, one thing I did not think about on this was that when I did my math, that might not line up with the corners. So let's see, how far out would going down to 43, I'd be right against this wall here, which is probably more dirt than I've got on me. But, I mean, in some ways it's kind of nice if the structure just goes into the wall, or into the cliff. But in others, I kind of like the cliff as it is. And, let's see. Yeah, why don't we... Well, in the short term, what we can begin doing is just kind of get a sense of how this wall will look, just in general here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these cobblestone wall segments, like so. Whoops. Not like that, though. That was terrible. That was the exact opposite of beautiful and wonderful and whatnot that I was going for. So I can just kind of have these wall segments here. And so the cobblestone and the quartz doesn't exactly go together incredibly well, but... Well, maybe the nether brick or netherrack fence actually would tie this back together better. Dang it, I've got all this cobblestone fencing I made in anticipation of this being like the next big thing. But yeah, that might be the wrong material. You know, the quartz is gonna look better, and the lamps are gonna look better with the nether brick fence. So let's go ahead and stow that cobblestone for another project. Don't know what, because man, I brought a whole lot of it. And let's go grab us some nether brick and make us some nether brick fencing and get this all moved along. Time skip. So I'm going to take the nether brick fence that I do have and begin actively replacing this and making sure that it also doesn't look terrible, because if this looks just as bad as the other one, then I'm going to feel silly. So let's just kind of come through here like so. Yeah, that looks a lot more classy. And these pillars are going to be taller eventually, but for right now, this is just kind of what I'm doing with them. So we'll have to fill this in underneath with something, but if I'm going to reclaim a bunch of dirt from making all this level, then that's a completely worthwhile venture. And soon we will have a sheep farm that other people are not embarrassed to visit. Because as far as I know, most of the people on the server are not taking advantage of this sheep farm because it's so ugly. They are just disappointed. They're like, you know, I don't want to show that on my video because Joe Hills made it, and it is just absolutely the worst sheep farm you've ever done seen. Nobody visit it. Nobody show it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they know it's here. So actually, one of the things we're going to have to do after this is build a tunnel from spawn to the sheep farm as well, just to help people get out here. And what I'm thinking about doing is having these pillars kind of like I want to replace the torches that are lying around on the ground with other glowstone lamps as well, because I feel like they're less likely to get knocked over with shears. Actually, that's not something I feel. That's something I actually know in my heart of hearts to be true. I don't know. Should having this thing be a giant rectangle? Like, that seems kind of lazy, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I feel like it shouldn't be a giant rectangle, but that's kind of already what it is. So maybe I should just embrace that. These are the things that keep architects up at night. Actually, no, because a real architect would know up front, like, hey, Joe Hills, don't make that a giant rectangle. It'll look dumb. I'm an architect, so I actually sleep very well. I also have a lot of money, because I design things that are not perfect rectangles. Or imperfect rectangles, as may be the case here. This rectangle's terrible, Joe Hills. I'm an architect, and I don't need to have 8 years of school to tell you how terrible this is. Why didn't you know? And then I'm like, no, architect man, stop saying all the mean things. And this is why I can't sleep. No, just kidding, that's the baby. I'm not having architects yell at me in my sleep. That's not a real problem that I have. So let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. We are coming along real nicely up here. Not exactly perfectly, some would say, or argue, but it's kind of coming along. Why are people saying something must be wrong with the server? The server seems completely fine for me. Like, I think there's a problem with the intercontinental links right now. I really think, because we've been having so many interesting issues with the server, and it all kind of aligned with a lot of the CIA problems, and so I'm just kind of inclined to think that people who are in charge of those undersea cables between continents for the internet are kind of working through some stuff with surveillance, maybe? Trying to, you know... Whoops, well, that one's wrong. Dang it. Okay. I'm pretty sure that, like, every single one of those cables has got to be, like, getting checked on and inspected and all this other stuff. That's not really where I want that, is it? Uh-oh, that was not what I wanted to do. There we are, that's much better. At this point, I have begun breaking down the walls between the old fence. Well, I'm essentially breaking down the old fence. Dang it, sheep. You are just, like, all over the place. Probably should have used some wheat to lure all the sheep away from the walls before I started on this, because this is just, like, super inconvenient and painful. But... come on, sheep. You don't have to be this way. So at this point, in my opinion, the whole thing is looking pretty darn good. And, oh, hello, a zombie. Hello, my sword to your face, and the rest of you. I see other zombies suddenly approaching from the east. But yay, it is the sun. And, I don't know, that's not Juliet, but whatever, it's over in the west. So, we gotta figure out what we want to do with the top of this structure. And... I'm kind of of two minds. I hate the rain, and I feel like there should be a roof so these animals don't have to get rained on. But I love looking up here, or standing up here. Oh, see, case in point, now it's raining, so that zombie is not going to get burned out by the sun. Stupid zombie. Yeah, you escaped one fate to meet another at my blade's behest. This is a start, but we need some sort of roof. Because, like, rain, terrible. Not okay. Options. Turn that down. Boom. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm thinking we're going to build on the kind of setup we have here. And we've got nether brick fence. We've got... oh. We've got quartz blocks here. Affirmative. Okay, we've got to figure out what could we do to make these pillars not look dorky? Because this roof in here is going to have to be massive. This is a 240 block farm. So any roof that's going to go on top of it has to look impressive, or it'll just be silly. Now, I kind of want to make the roof high enough that I can actually, like, look down here and still see all the animals, which means that the roof would probably have to start at around that height here, which I don't know how many blocks up this is, but that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that would be a pretty elevated roof. And for something this big, I think that would make sense. Now, there's a few ways we could do that. Now, one of them is going to be just to come in and use more of these fences and just kind of create these pillars. But I feel like that looks a little bit too wimpy for the scale that the roof is going to have to be at to actually, like, look sound and solid. So one thing that I'm thinking about doing is using nether brick itself here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I'm at about that height where I thought I would need to be. And so then from here I add 1 quartz block, another one of these, and then, oh no, I find myself without the ability to actually light that up. That's inconvenient at best. And so then the roof would kind of go from here and over. And I'm not sure if I would use quartz for the roof or netherrack or what. Maybe even wool, just to have, maybe I'll carpet the roof to have it look cool. But this seems to be like roughly what I'm looking for here. So let's see, if we come back up, let's go ahead and look at that marker. Yeah, so if you look at where that marker stands, that would not obscure the view of the animals. And this is a big enough building that I think that on the whole this would look okay. I only stopped by the nether in order to, to get more of these bricks, but apparently there are a bunch of these guys here who I should punch. I was pleased by that. No, I want your, dang it. Oh, I didn't get a rod off the other one either. What is this? This appears to be some sort of room. Tunnel through ceiling to town portals. Whoa. What is this? Okay, so apparently there's some sort of blaze spawner thing, maybe, or something that Red Eyes has been working on. Oh, okay, cool. That's good. Maybe this guy will give me a blaze rod that I might yet use it to create more potions more rapidly. Okay, knockback swords are the worst thing here. Not helping, knockback. Not helping. Did I get one? No. Yay! I got 3 of them now. Maybe I had 3 of them all along and I just didn't read the thing well. So there's also possibly that. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back to... Well, I shouldn't break this path here then, because people need this to get here. Let's find somewhere else to go get nether brick from. Nether brick. As you guys can see, I've got some pillars in place here that I'm pretty happy with to give me a rough framework for my roof. And what I kind of decided to do was to gather some green, some lime green carpet, and as well as some dark blue wool, which I actually need more of because I've already used a bit of it for my roof. Ever since I played on Spike's server, Blissful Oblivion, I've been fixated on the idea of using wool to make a cool nighttime sky thing. And I don't want to just rip off what her player did. I want to make it my own, but like, I want to make it awesomely my own. And what I was kind of thinking is I could put blue wool to make like a dome or a kind of a pavilion over here. Like, this would definitely, like, allow plenty of airflow and everything. Not that there's airflow in the game, but, like, this would feel like an outdoor amphitheater more than anything else. And I would put some nether lamps or glowstone lamps or whatever in there as well. You can go die. I'm tired of you. You and your fancy hat. You think you're all that. Where's that guy? Oh, hey, that guy. Whoa, that's a knockback bow. Let's see, can I get him to shoot the zombie? Shoot the zombie. Shoot the zombie. Yeah, there we go. Did I actually get the bow? Nope. Or maybe I did. Well, either way. Let's go ahead and climb back up here. I don't really need a power 1 bow badly enough to get excited about it. And we can just... Okay, so what I was thinking is, but on the, from above here, I wanted to give this kind of Cubert look, where we carpet it with a counterpoint in color, which I think kind of has a neat feel to it. It might not be the sanest visual choice, but I mean, this place is full of sheep, so it's going to be kind of silly anyway. I don't know, this kind of reminds me of like a Nerf football or something like that. It's just kind of goofy, and I like it. Well, as you can see, I've finished the roof, and it does indeed convey a sense of the night sky. I'm going to have to figure out how to put a moon in here or something, and get rid of those 2 torches at some point, but I'm pretty happy with it. So, anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Sheep adventuring. Bah, that was a bod pun.